Hello again, Sex here for my 13 Slaves of Halloween. Today I'll be looking at Slumber Party Massacre, in which it's pretty much a standard issue horror slasher movie. Or is it? This movie kind of surprised me. I expected it to be just the typical horror cliches like from last century with Venom. But this movie actually surprised me. I mean, this movie, you actually have a reasonable story where pretty much you have an escaped killer who pretty much likes drilling people and screwing people, quite literally. I mean, he has a freaking giant drill gun, and he pretty much like jams that sucker into anybody he can find. And there's no really motivation other than this guy's fucked up in the head. And he just wants to kill people. He just loves doing it. So you know, okay, man, this is gonna go somewhere interesting. And sure enough, it does. I mean, it goes with a group of girls, about 4 girls who are stuck in having pretty much it's one lady, one Trish is having a slumber party. That's the name of the title, and she's trying to become an adult. And what better than an adult than have a slumber party? Wait a minute, that's an old thing. It works in the movie, and pretty much everything but around her and her neighbors. I mean, this killer just goes and starts picking them off one at a time, except for her other close neighbor. Forgot her name, but the mother's a badass motherfucker in this movie. More on her later. But I mean, this movie has typical slasher cliches. I think characters are introduced only to become fodder 10 seconds after they're introduced, or a minute after they're introduced, and it kind of surprised me how quickly they're going to die. The moment I saw characters like, that one's dying, but probably first, because we just knew we were going to go out and say, oh, never mind. And in a way that goes against the movie in a negative, except for maybe the 2 boys, main character boys in this movie, where you have them being perverted peeping times. And this is a horror movie, you know what's going to happen to them. So their deaths are especially grisly and gruesome, and pretty much the last one of the 2. Oh god, that was awesome. I mean, sure, I felt sorry for the kid, but damn, the inner horror family is like, oh god, oh dear god, ouch, oh god, he's still alive, oh my god. And when a movie does that, you know it's doing the right thing when it's doing that. So I gotta give props to the movie in that regard, where it pretty much, I remember this guy's name, Jeff, or something like that. It's not named Russ, that's the killer's name. You gotta love that. The killer's named Russ, and he likes to rust you up. But sorry. But it was interesting how to see like the various kills with the drill gun. I mean, this killer is more normal than most slasher folk. I mean, this guy doesn't have a hockey mask, he doesn't wear any gear. He's just dressed normally, and he carries a giant drill gun. He's just crazy and fucked up in the head, and that's it. And other than the characters in the movie, I mean, you have a couple of cliches, but really it's normal almost. It surprised me a little bit. I mean, the only really cliched characters was the first introduction, and pretty much the characters were dubbed away first, and the male characters. Other than that, I mean, it was pretty good. And the best character among them was the mother. I don't know who this, I got her name, but she shows up, and they show her and her daughter, and pretty much the neighbors, and they get intertwined in this story, and you're like, okay, where's this going? She's gonna die, isn't it? Because I'm thinking, okay, if this is Friday the 13th slasher rules, the mother's somehow gonna die. And there was a couple times like, oh god, here it comes. My god, she's still alive. And I'm like, oh, in a time, like, okay, this movie's almost over. She's still alive. How's this gonna end? And then all of a sudden, she gets her moment of badassdom. Oh my god, it was so freaking awesome. Just seeing the lone survivor, plus the mother, and the daughter, just triple team this bastard to death. It was just freaking amazing. And I just love to see him. I mean, this killer gets his comeuppance. Probably his best comeuppance I've ever seen to a slasher film in a long while. I mean, some of them I would say that are pretty good. The happening, not happening, but the burning was pretty good. But this, I mean, it was freaking amazing to see this guy. I mean, he gets it bad. And then the core effects were alright. I mean, for the time, they're not a Savini thing, but they're pretty decent, what we had. But most of it was mostly in the head for the most part, where they don't show up, but they hope that the special effects makes it the noise, and you know what's going on, and it's like, ooh, god, that hurts. And for the end, I'll give it props for that too. I mean, yeah, it's a good movie. It's an enjoyable fare. I mean, in the end, I would probably recommend seeing this. If Scream Factory, of course, has it on DVD. I'll probably get this eventually and get all 3 movies. I'm assuming that if it's like pretty much, uh, oh god, if it's like typical slasher movies, it's probably going to be worse for each installment, not better. I could be wrong. I mean, Slumber Massacre 2 was recommended. It's just accidentally looked up online, saw one of the things. I was like, oh my, the hell! The guitar is has a guitar of a drill on it. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell? But that's freaking amazing. Though. That looks freaking awesome. Okay, so I might have to do this again next year, or buy that set. But I'm just curious to see, like, I mean, I'm curious to see if these characters will be introduced in the next movie. Probably not. If this is considered a slasher, this is the best we'll probably see these characters again. You probably won't see these again, and that's sad to be low because they were kind of fun and enjoyable. I mean, Trish was an interesting character, and so was the mother. And I think the other one was Courtney. I think. I don't remember. That's also the problem with the slasher movies. Like, you think you got the name right, and like, okay, no, it's not that first thing. I mean, only certain characters you can remember, like Duke from the Final Friday. I mean, that kid was freaking badass. And of course, it's free from the Stretch Max Styles. Or you have Tommy Jarvis, or let's see here, who's another one who was a badass? Oh, freaking Loomis, and Laurie Strode, but that's simply the facts. But yeah, it was what I expected. For a New World picture, this kind of surprised me. When I see a New World picture, I think of instantly Godzilla 1985. I think of Dr. Pepper ads. I think of randomly inserted Raymond Burr, bad American dubbing, and evil Soviet characters, because that's what New World picture means to me. So this was like really interesting seeing a New World picture, not Godzilla related, and seeing it actually a halfway decent slasher film for once. So that kind of surprised me. This was actually a good New World film. I'm curious to know what else they did. I'll probably look it up online. I don't know if they did sequels either. But so yeah, that's what I thought about Summertime Massacre. Boy, loved it, enjoyed it. Give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it didn't reinvent the wheel, but it was an enjoyable ride. I'll give it that. So that's my review, and until next time. Oh, and yes, I am wearing a freaking slasher shirt. Come on, Jason freaking Voorhees, man. Look at this. Keep calm and be scary. Yes, me. Can't help but enjoy that.